Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable the podcast. It is Saturday, October 25th. Happy birthday to my little brother Mark. Listen, we're going to talk Eagles today. I'm going to do my prediction for tonight. A little bit about the World Series and the Sixers. How about those Sixers? Listen, 80s music, my favorite. Sticks. Too much time on my hands. You know, my dream is why do lead singers always leave bands? Do they think they're like hoity toity, like they're too good for the band? I mean, think about it. Dennis DeYoung, the guy who's singing here, great voice, left Styx. Kevin Cronin recently left Speedwagon. Steve Perry left Journey. Peter Cetera left Chicago. I mean, what is it with these guys? I give him credit to like Mick Jagger. At least he stayed with the Rolling Stones, right? But no, that's my dream. That all these guys get back with their original bands again. And if not, let them all get together for one concert. Listen, time on my hands. 80s music is the best. It's this arena rock stuff, you know? Listen, can you believe this stuff is like 40 years old, but it still sounds great? Did get away too much time on my hands. But that's my dream. That Dennis DeYoung, Kevin Cronin, and Steve Perry all get together like an 80s concert, and they each have their own set, singing their own songs, and then they get together at the end and do like maybe something classic rock, like Johnny Be Good or something. I think that's my dream. That's my things. Headbanger. Anyway, I just love 80s music. And people in the 60s, they're dying away. Let's face it. The 60s is too far in the past now. Thank God we still have Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr around and Mick Jagger. But a lot of bands are there's like one member of the association, one member of like Steppenwolf or something. They're all dying away. And even the 70s, there's still 70s bands still around, but we're starting to lose them too. So the 80s are really it, you know? So my friend Richard Marks is still around and doing well. Rick Springfield. A lot of these guys, Cyndi Lauper, although she is retired. But a lot of those artists are still pretty relevant, you know? I got too much time. Now, we did use a lot of people from the 80s. George Michael, Tina Turner, right? Whitney Houston is gone. Prince is gone. Michael Jackson is gone. We lost a lot of people from the 80s. But there's still a lot of great artists from the 80s still around. So we just got to push it. But I think that's going to be the thing. You're going to see, how they had the Happy Together tour, people from the 70s. I think you're going to start seeing people from the 80s gathering and doing tours together, I think that's the next big thing. All right, so that's enough of that shit. Let's talk some Eagles, huh? Um, so the Eagles play the Giants tomorrow. I think they'll get their revenge. I don't know if it's going to be an easy game because the Giants pretty much kicked their butts the last time they played. And not much has really changed. The Eagles are going to be at home. They do have revenge on their side, which some people say, it doesn't mean much. I think it does. I think the Eagles know they were embarrassed when they went up to the Meadowlands. And teams don't like to lose twice to the division rivals. So I think the Eagles will be hyped up tomorrow. I think they'll win. I don't think it's gonna be easy, because the Eagles still can't run the ball. You know what it is, my friends? The offensive line. You know, if you don't have a good offensive line in football, I don't care if you're playing pros, college, high school, pee wee football. If you don't have a good offensive line, you're not going to win. You're not going to do it because you can't run the ball. You can't pass protect. So you can't really pass. I mean, you can't do anything. It's great to have a star running back. It's great to have fast receivers. It's great to have a great quarterback. But if you don't have an offensive line, it really doesn't mean shit. I hate to use that word, but it's true. So the offensive line has to step it up tomorrow and protect Jalen Hurts. And you know, let's get Saquon Barkley going, especially against his old team, the Giants. If he's ever going to have a big game, tomorrow's going to be it. I think the Eagles win 28-20. Yeah, that came out of me like I'm constipated. 28-20. I don't know. I think it is going to be close. I mean, you got to give the Giants credit. They have Scadaboo, whatever that guy's name is, and Jackson Dunn. Now, the one thing the Eagles can't do, they don't stop scrambling quarterbacks. For some reason, they can't do them. So they got to contain Jackson Dart tomorrow. You can't let him run around wild like a little bug out there. They have to crush him. So that's one thing they need to do. AJ Brown is not playing tomorrow. He's got some kind of hamstring problem. So Saquon Barkley hopefully is going to get his act together along with the line, and he can run the ball. Devontae Smith will get his catches. And you know what? I was going to bring this up. Tomorrow is National Tight End Day. Now, why do they have a national day for tight ends? I don't know, but they do. And last year on National Tight End Day, 10 tight ends had touchdowns that day. 10. It must be some sort of a competition between them. In fact, Kyle Pitts, who plays for Atlanta, had 2 touchdowns. Orton, they did the tight end from Tampa Bay, 2 touchdowns. But there were 8 other guys, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, there was a whole list of them who had touchdowns. Yeah, so I'm thinking our tight end, Dallas Goedert, is going to have a touchdown too. That's what I'm thinking. So I wouldn't be opposed to putting $1 on Dallas Goedert to touchdown. No. So I'm just thinking. I'm just saying. But anyway, I think the Eagles win. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, nice and crisp and cool. Football weather. I mean, you could ask for more. A 1 o'clock game against your division rival. You're out there to get revenge. Big Blue, I'm sure there'll be some New Yorkers down. They took the turnpike down for the game. It's going to be crazy. So, great game tomorrow against the Giants. God forbid we lose again. We'll never hear the end of it. Losing 2 to the Giants in the same season. Giants haven't won in Philadelphia since it's been a while. 12 years, I think I read something like that. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, let's hope for a victory tomorrow. All right, so baseball. Well, nothing's going on with the Phillies because, you know, the World Series is there. Once the World Series is over, then there'll be a little cool-off time, and then we could start signing, making offers to free agents. We could start looking at trades, you know, because the winter meetings will be coming up, the general manager meetings still, and that's where you get a lot of trades there. So, Phillies, nothing yet. But How about this World Series? Now the other day I was in Blue Jays, don't know, we have Blue Jays. Blue Jays kicked some ass last night, beating the Dodgers. And so tonight is almost, it's not a must win for the Dodgers because the Dodgers can go back to LA and start playing Dodger baseball. But it'd be nice if you're a Dodger fan if they won tonight in Toronto. Because if they don't, the Blue Jays will go up 2-0 and they could close it out in LA. If not, they could win 1 out of 3, come back to Toronto up 3-2, and they have 2 chances to win the World Championship at home. So tonight's a big game. I think the Dodgers have a Yamamoto guy pitching against Kevin Gausman of the Blue Jays. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays won again. I'll tell you, Blue Jays, they're an old school team. They hit the ball, they make contact, they don't strike out very much. They take walks, they move the runners around. Yeah, they're not a lot of household names like the Dodgers, like Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. The Blue Jays just have their Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's a basic nobodies, but they play hard and they play good baseball. So let's see what happens tonight, huh? But I took the Dodgers to win in 5 or 6. Wasn't sure. Now, after seeing the Blue Jays win last night and decisively too, I wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays not only make it a good series, but even take the series. I'm not overreacting to one game. I know the Dodgers are still powerful. Ohtani hit a home run last night. You don't know when he's going to go off. I mean, it's true. The Dodgers could go, they could just take the next 4 freaking big games and win the whole thing. That's how good they are. But I do think the Blue Jays have the attention. This little catcher, this little chubby catcher, Alejandro Kirk, had a great game. So let's see what happens. And the Sixers are playing at the first home game of the year. They're playing Charlotte, the Hornets, at home. I give the Sixers credit. They went into Boston the other night and they beat the Celtics. Celtics, they're shoveling themselves. Without Jason Tatum, without Porzingis, without Al Horford, they're small. If they don't hit 3-pointers, they're not going to. I just don't think they're as good as got rid of Drew Holiday, and I don't think they're as good. I mean, they lost last night. They got us in Square Garden to the Knicks, who have a good team. So, the Celtics aren't what they were before. So, but the Sixers look good. And not only that, they look like they have a fun team, exciting team. This is VJ Edgecombe, looks like he's a player. Along with Maxey, they're a good, solid backboard there. Small, but good. So tonight, the only thing is Joel Embiid, he's still coming off of his injury, his knee, and he didn't look good. He looked like a shell of himself, but you got to give him time to get better. And the Sixers did not play very much. They took a lot of outside shots. Did you notice that? He's hanging around the 3-point line all night long. He wasn't mixing it up under the basket. That's typical Joel Embiid. Sometimes you want to reach into the TV and grab him and say, "Get the hell under the basket, Joel." I mean, you're like 7 foot tall. Just get under there and be Godzilla, But, my point is, his line, points, rebounds, assists was like 32 or 33 for the Boston game. I think he had 4 points, a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds, maybe hardly 10. So I would look to the same thing tonight because even though it's a home game, I think the Sixers are going to be very, very slow and very careful. They're going to baby him. He's going to sit down a lot. He might play for like 4 minutes and then sit down. Play for 4 minutes and then sit down. You know, they're really, and he didn't play the last 6 minutes of the game, crunch time, when he came down to win it or lose it. Joel Embiid was not in the line. So that tells you right there. Number one, it tells you they want their baby in women. Number two is it's not that good right there. You know? So my point is, if you're betting the game, I would go under with Joel because, you know, even if he's hot, you know, you're going to be in for like 4 minutes. You're going to see you get your ass on the bench. You know, so anyway. So let's see if Edgecombe plays well. Baxi had 40 points the other night. 7 threes. I mean, Baxi was play. So let's see what he does in the home open. Should be interesting. Should be interesting what the Sixers do. Hey, I got to get this. Let me just move here. Check this. Yeah. I got it. You know, if I was I'm off camera. Coco, come on in. Funny. If I was a good planner, I wouldn't have to do this, but I'm not. I wanted to show you something I got. It arrived in the mail yesterday, and I can't wait to start digging into it. No, it's not a box of chocolate chip cookies, which I love. Now it's a new book. It's not mine. The Bible comes out November 7th. It's Future Boy by Michael J. Fox. There you go. You see that? Future Boy. And on the back, it's got a picture of him playing there. Johnny Be Good, you know, that was. Anyway, this book, it's all about his time. It's only a short book. It's only like 150 pages, but it's about his time when he was filming Back to the Future, and he was also in the TV series Family Ties at the same time. So he would do Family Ties during the day. He would film it, rehearse it, and then at night he would go to a different studio and he would film Back to the Future. That went on for like months and months and months. And then even after that, he did Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, which they actually filmed back to back. And, you know, he's still doing Family Ties. So I can't wait to read this book because I'm a big fan, not only of Michael J. Fox, but a big fan of the movie Back to the Future, which I hope you are too. So this just came out, so this should be really interesting to read. You know, it's good to see him on interviews now. He's hawking the book, as they say. Hawking the book. And so he's on different shows, interviews, blah, blah, blah. He seems to be doing okay. You know, he's hanging in there. I give the guy so much credit, you know. God bless him. God bless him. He's had Parkinson's found out he had Parkinson's disease since he was like 30. And now he's like 60, in his 60s. So think about it. He has had Parkinson's disease, or known he's had Parkinson's disease, for over half of his life. And tell you what, he's still battling. He's still getting around. You see him a lot of times using a wheelchair now, but he's still able to get around, and he's doing his thing. He's raised like billions of dollars for research for Parkinson's, and now he's still doing his thing. He's on TV once in a while on shows. Still right. I think this is his 4th book that he's written. He's just a remarkable guy. And it was a real pleasure meeting him a couple of years ago. And I hope our paths cross again sometime. So anyway, great book, Future Boy. Hopefully you'll pick it up. and eulogy. So, all right, guys, I guess that's it. I got 2 picks for tomorrow for football. I like the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow, and I like the Tampa Bay Bucks too. And those are my 2 main picks. I'm staying away from the Eagles because the Eagles are favored by like 7.5. That's like, how are the Eagles going to come out? Are they going to come out on fire with their hair on fire? Because they got beat by New York 2 weeks ago, and this is their revenge spot. Are they going to come out and bury New York, get up in the first quarter 14-0, 17-0, right? And just overwhelm the Giants? Are they going to come out like that? Or are the Eagles going to be coming out 3-and-out, can't run the ball, blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I just don't know. So I hesitate. I don't want to take anything with Barkley because what if the offensive line still sucks, right? I don't want to do that. AJ Brown is out. You would think Devontae Smith would have a big game. The Giants secondary is not that good. What to do? I think you got it. As much as I hate to say it, you've got to take Jackson Dart. I think his line is 37 as far as yards rushing. I think you have to because the Eagles haven't shown me yet that they can contain running quarterbacks. So the Giants, if they don't have any success running scatterboo or throwing the ball, Jackson Dart is going to take off. So I kind of like that. And as I said before, the other thing I kind of like is Dallas Goedert scoring a touchdown too. I'm not sure what his line is as far as receiving lines or receptions, but you can make it just a nice, easy thing. You can just take Dallas Goedert to score a freaking touchdown. That's all you can do. National tight end. So that's what I like. But I really like the Falcons and the Bucks tomorrow as far as winning the game and covering. So there you go. All right, well, I'll probably be back on Monday or Tuesday. We'll wrap up the weekend. We'll talk about the Eagles game. We'll see if the Sixers won tonight. Maybe the World Series. Now they play tonight in Toronto, and then they go to LA, and they'll play 3 days. They'll play Monday night, Tuesday, and Wednesday if necessary in LA, and then they'll go back to Toronto next Friday, Halloween, and Saturday, November 1st, if necessary. So there you go. It'll be very interesting to see how the Dodgers come. Will they come out with an urgent? Looking at them last night, the Blue Jays hitting these home runs. They scored 11 runs. They scored 9 runs in that 1 inning. The Dodger faces in the dugout were like zombies. Like, oh, nobody does this to us. We're the Dodgers. We're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Our crap doesn't smell. Oh, hoity-toity Dodgers. And they look like they were shell-shocked, Oh. So, wouldn't it be something if the underdog Blue Jays, the little Blue Jays, the little Blue Jays came out to kick their asses again? And then you got all these Dodgers there on 20 looking like really scared. Like, oh, we're going to lose our World Championship. It's possible. Hey, anything's possible, right? That's what they say. Don't give up hope. So we'll see. Anyway, everybody enjoy the weather. Have fun with all the sports going on. And I'll see you when I see you soon, okay? Take care. Peace and love. And listen to some 80s rock this weekend. Do yourself a favor and listen to some 80s rock. You'll love it. Take care for a long time.